and I know we have a photo of Palace Heist and everything that it came with,
It's a
and
box.
it's in a box. Not only is it in a box, but the board itself is cardboard. It's not just a paper map now. There's so much. I mean, it's really cool that they took in the feedback from the community and they listened. They figured out what was wrong. We don't have to worry about opening it and then shoving it in a trove somewhere. We actually have a box to keep it in. Them being a board game puzzle company at first, like that is what they are. They know the importance of being able to take something like this, put it up on a shelf, bring it down, play with it when you want, pack it back up, put it on a shelf and display it. And we have that now.
Because
But
where's your Deep Trouble currently setting in?
yeah, I don't know. Probably in like a Ziploc bag. Like I genuinely don't know. I think it's in a
Mine's in
Ziploc
a
bag.
mine's in a trove. It's just folded
Yeah,
Okay,
up in a
smart.
yeah.
trove.
It's like
Ursula's. I had two Ursula's troves, and I just stuck it in a trove. I was going to
one of
print
them's
out
just
a.
for that.
Yeah, one of them's just for that. I found 3D files to print out a box for it, but I just never got around to doing it.
My sister-in-law got me a 3D printed one for Christmas last year for Deep Trouble, so it's currently sitting there. But no,
We know that this is going to play different than Deep Trouble.
it will.
Very
I'm
different.
very excited for that. Yeah.
One of the cool things that they introduced were these new types of glimmers that are mechanical glimmers that I don't think we'll actually see them in Reign of Jafar, but maybe it'll just be in this Palace Heist. But they are these four giant mechanical beasts, and they showed the art of one being a giant scorpion. I like don't hold me accountable on this one because I don't want to say that it's in Reign of Jafar, but I know for a fact to an extent that it is in Palace Heist, and it kind of reminds me of if you've ever played. Um, I don't know if you ever played Legend of Zelda, but the Breath of the Wild and Legend of Zelda, there were the four giant beasts. It's almost as if you have
Oh
that
yeah.
in this, and I think that they didn't actually come out and say the word, but that Colossus tag that got
Mhm.
introduced will probably have to do with these four giant beasts.
Clever. No, I can see that. The four giant beasts, the Colossus. At least it adds up. You know, adjectively.
The
I don't know.
obstacles will be things that Jafar puts in your way.
Because we've been training for in a obstacle course or training
Obstacle course,
grounds
yeah,
in Arcasia's island. So yeah, maybe Jafar has twisted that potentially. One thing
and maybe some of the littlest under the radar news that not a lot of people really know this yet or have talked about it are there once again are no locations in this set.
right
So they will
thoughts on that?
return. They did announce that it will return later on in Fabled, but as of right now, they want to emphasize Arcasia's Island as the location and the battle and the story taking place.
It makes sense. We're at the location, so hmm. Location's getting reprinted?
Probably not.
Probably not.
What location would you want reprinted?
Queen's Castle.
Besides maybe Castle.
Queen's Castle.
Jolly Roger. Oh, sorry.
Jolly Roger, yeah. Um, no, and while we
And
have this image up real quick too, can we appreciate the fact that they have deck boxes for like Jafar's deck and the two decks that you get with Rain of Jafar? And something I want to make sure that folks know too is whenever it comes to Jafar's deck, just like Ursula's deck in Deep Trouble, Jafar's deck is not legal in any other methods or games of Lorcana. It is only legal in this co-op, single player co-op, at home play with your friends, whatever version. So typically the decks will have a different back, and it looks like Jafar's deck. Yeah, we see two decks in this image with standard Lorcana card backs, and we see one deck with red. So that being Jafar's deck, and that is not legal anywhere else. But we also got a little peek of the two decks that you'll get with Palace Heist. And I'm very surprised that Dylan hasn't mentioned anything about this, but we have a looks like a steel amber deck box. So I'm going to guess it's a steel amber deck. We can see here we have Goofy and a Bolt here. But Blurple as the deck in Palace Heist. I did not see that coming.
Is this us? Like, are we here? Like, it looks like
Like,
this is me and you. Like, we're taking on Jafar and breaking
maybe we'll
in
have
to get
to
this Hexwell Crown back.
maybe we'll have to get together and do that or and play it and maybe take on the difficulty. So again, we talked about this in the last episode. There's going to be different difficulties we can see with the battleground cards. You do get the Jafar character card itself, and then you get one lore reward pack rather. And you see here it says, what does it say? Be it known, the contents shall remain hidden while I, Jafar, am supreme sorcerer of Lorcana. So we will see what that reward is whenever that gets out. Now, I will say this. Please don't post this without a spoiler tag on Reddit and Facebook and Twitter and everything else. Like, try to... There's a place for spoilers, and just blindly posting it on the internet of what this card is please don't do that. If people ask, I guess go for it. But for me, I did get Ursula. I did get Deep Trouble spoiled, and I was kind of sad about it. But just be that in mind. You know, there are people who like are I really appreciate the story, Lorcana and whatnot, and I don't want to have to avoid Facebook and Twitter and everything else until I actually beat Jafar and whatnot. Which we're not challenging Jafar. I don't know if y'all
No,
caught
you're
that.
not
We are,
challenging.
yeah.
You are just breaking into the palace and taking the crown back,
Mhm.
which is interesting because you can see the actual crown there as a card, the Hexwell Crown. So it's safe to say that no matter what the prize card is, the prize card is not the Hexwell Crown.
So I just zoomed in, and I don't mean to derail us, but I just totally realized we have high definition pictures of these things. But one of the things that they mentioned in the live stream on May 6th was that we are going to be tossing the crown back and forth. And the Reforged Crown is going to be like that card that Jafar will have whenever he starts play. And just like Ursula and her staff, was it? Some staff or something? The trident, something. But the Reforged Crown says at the start of someone's turn, at the start of somebody's turn, whoever has this item gains 2 lore. Interesting. And it says, if this item would leave play for any reason, Jafar steals it. I can't see what that last word is. Jafar steals it back or something like that. I don't know. It says, while Jafar has this item, he can't lose the game if he has the item.
Wow.
I don't know.
So, I
Like,
mean, you really do have to steal it from him.
yeah, so we actually do have to steal it from him. I wish I could zoom in a little bit further, but yeah, so it looks like this
Play hot
crown is going
potato with a
to...
crown.
So let me ask you this. So it seems like we're not necessarily teaming up to take back the crown, but it seems like we're trying to win with the crown. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it.
Potentially.
We'll have to see.
But they have announced that it is a cooperative game. Like, this is
That
their
is true.
cooperative game.
That is true. And let's see here. Now, what's interesting as well is on the playmat here as well, we got 40 lore too, which is wow. So that's bad. Anyway, not to derail us, but I was sitting there, I was like, can I zoom into that card? And I was like, I sure can. So anyway, no, sorry. I didn't mean to derail us there, but I'm excited for this product.